people I talked to shared a common response to last night's debate. They aren't thrilled with either choice. But kudos to Bob Casey, senator from PA and strong Fetterman supporter, for effectively telling the truth.
This idea that the speed of your response is somehow indicative of the way you would do the job is really faulty. I know this job well. John is prepared right now to be an effective senator.
Effective for what exactly? Reasonable people can agree. Fetterman can't debate on the floor, can't lobby his fellow senators, can't have discussions, much less nuanced ones on policy. We saw that last night. But he will be very effective at one thing, voting Democratic, which is just fine with Chris Hahn, host of the Aggressive Progressive podcast, and with us now. All right, I guess points for honesty, right? That this is what this race has now become about.
Oh, absolutely. You got to determine if you want a guy who's having a hard time comprehending or a guy who wants your local school board determining if you should be able to have an abortion. That's the choice in Pennsylvania right now. It's not a very good choice, quite frankly. There were better candidates on both sides that would have made a much better race, much more competitive, much more issue.
I'm going to get to the issue. I'm going to get to the issue of Oz in just 1 second. But John Fetterman and what he said about when you talked about abortion, John Fetterman, his campaign just reported that they brought in $2 million in the past 24 hours. Yeah. Two ways to read that, right? Either he did shockingly well in the debate and everyone wants to support him, or people got terrified by how poorly he did and opened their pocketbooks. Which one was it?
I think it was shockingly bad performance last night. And I am surprised that his campaign even went forward with this debate, seeing how he performed, especially since they ran a pretty good campaign up to this point.
Oh, so genius on social media,
malpractice. Right? It was political malpractice, in my opinion. He would have been better off saying, look, I'm not up for the debate, and let people continue to question his health.
Yeah, now to be fair, though, wasn't this a case of you got two choices, both of which are bitter? If you put him out there and this happens, you got buyer's remorse. But if you don't put him out there and he loses because everybody says, hey, he said that he can't debate, then on election night you go, oh, man, we should have taken the chance?
Look, I think you'd be honest. You say the guy had a stroke. He's recovering from a stroke. He's not as quick on his game as he should be for a debate like that, especially with a professional like Dr. Oz. So I think that you don't do it. You don't go forward with it in this situation when he was going to perform like that. I give him points for showing up, but that's about it, frankly. And as for the fundraising, I have gotten more Fetterman emails in the last 24 hours than I've gotten the last 2 weeks. So they went full out to do it.
It's interesting. They went out.
One more point I'll make for you on being an effective senator. The ability to raise that kind of money that quickly makes you an effective senator. It is the mother's milk of politics, and it helps.